On average, you'll have to wait 31 days to see an OBGYN. And if you're dealing with an infection or outbreak, you know you need care fast. That's where WISP comes in. Connect with a U.S. licensed provider online and pick up safe, effective treatment at your local pharmacy that same day. Plus, get birth control and more delivered in all 50 states. Take control with comprehensive sexual and reproductive care, all from your phone. WISP. That's hellowisp.com. The waiting room can wait.
Welcome one, welcome all to another episode of Quick Drag. This time we're doing All Stars 10, episode 7, titled Wicked Good. It's available on Paramount Plus, but if you don't subscribe to Paramount Plus, don't want to subscribe to Paramount Plus, don't want to buy the show, you just want to know what happens this episode, well, then you're at the right show, because that's what Quick Drag is all about. I'm going to call my friend Lauri Roggenkamp, and I'm going to tell her everything that happened, the information she needs to know. All signal, no noise, if that makes any sense, right here on Quick Drag. And we'll be back. I mean, just play some music. I think that's how it works, right? I'm about to call Lauri Roggenkamp, but before we do, let's talk about Patreon. You know, over at patreon.com/afterthoughtmedia, there's a bunch of really cool things happening. I'm going to be honest with you. Download the app. Go to patreon.com/afterthoughtmedia. Now with the Apple tax gone, either one works. Either one is good. Do it, okay? And join as a free member. I'm not even asking you to pay any money at this point. You know, just join as a free member. You're going to get hundreds of hours of free content. You're going to get access to our live recordings of Drag Race Recap, where you can watch us, the whole thing, no commercials, uncut, right there live in the moment, chat with the other Patreon supporters and talk about the show and talk about us and to us right there in the live show. And again, like I said, you get access to hundreds of hours of free content, plus you get Drag Race Recap. Granted, it's 2 weeks later, but you do get the uncut episodes and you get the no commercial free episodes just 2 weeks later over at Patreon. So Patreon app, patreon.com/afterthoughtmedia. Either way, look up Afterthought Media. That's how you find it. Now, the premium member, I keep forgetting to mention this. Premium members, you get the show uncut, commercial free, right? The day that they drop. I think it's Monday mornings. You get it. Okay. Not only that, if you want to see it even earlier and you can't make it to the live show, on Sundays at noon Pacific, there is something called The Drop. And on The Drop is the entire live episode as it was recorded is replayed live on Patreon. And once again, you can chat with the Patreon supporters as if it were a live event. As if it were a live event. And then if you're like, well, I still can't make that. I can't make noon on Sunday. That's when the episode drops on video. So, I mean, if you want to watch it later throughout the week, a week later, 2 weeks later, you can always go watch that video. It lives at patreon.com/Patreon. I don't know why you know the website. It lives on Patreon and you can access it anytime you want after it drops on Sundays at noon. All right. So that's, and by the way, if you want none of that, Apple Podcast, just go to our little homepage on the podcast, hit subscribe. I think it's like $6.66 a month or something like that. Sign of the devil. And you can get the full uncut episodes of Drag Race on Monday mornings, commercial free. And you also get Just Between Us Girls. You do that right through your Apple Podcast. Very simple. Okay, on that note, we're going to talk about All Stars 10, episode 7, titled Wicked Good. And I'm going to talk about it with my friend Lauri Roggenkamp. Let's call her right now.
Hello. Sorry. I can't find my remote. Hold on one second.
Okay. Hi, Lauri. How are you?
Hi. Good.
What were you watching?
Golden Girls.
Oh, that's right. And by the way, if you're a Patreon supporter, you have the exclusive tier. you can get access to Shady Pines, our Golden Girls podcast. But Lauri, that's not why we're here. We're here to talk about the latest episode of RuPaul's Drag Race. This is the third bracket, the third and final bracket of 6
Okay.
queens. And once again, I'm very curious to hear if you know who these queens are.
I bet I don't.
Okay. Denali.
Sounds familiar.
She was, I think, on season 14. Sounds right.
Okay.
And I have a paper somewhere around here that says what they're from. And she's a cute boy, but other than that, I don't remember there being anything particularly interesting about her. She was almost like, do you remember Jan? She was kind of considered like a Jan in that I have it right here. She was like a Jan in that she was safe a lot and then just went home, you know?
Oh, I thought you were going to say she was safe a lot and then had a mental breakdown.
No, I don't think she ever had a mental breakdown. But
okay.
Yeah, so that's Denali. Then we had Acid Betty. Do you remember Acid Betty? You ever know Acid Betty?
No.
She's from season 8. And she's a real bitch. And people expected her to go very far because she's very talented, but she's very cunty. And I think she went okay far. I don't think she went that super far, but she kind of went, people thought she went home a little early. And then next that came in was Alyssa Hunter. We talked about her in Burlesque Thoughts. When she was on, she's from season 14 as well. So Denali season 13. Sorry. So Denali season 13, Acid Betty season 8, Alyssa Hunter season 14. So the thing was, she's only there 2 episodes, but she was a really hot boy, like really hot. I think it's between her and April Carrion for me is who were the hottest boys, right? But
from season 14?
April Carrion from season 4 or 5, I think, right? I don't know where she's from. But
so in the whole scope of RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But then in the years since her season 14, she's done all this fucked up filler. She looks not, it's like, why would, if you were so attractive and Latino, she's Latino, like just age gracefully.
That's the curse of beauty.
Yeah.
Is you get worried about not being able to keep it, and then you start doing stuff to your face to get it.
But she wasn't even that old. She's young. I don't know. It's ridiculous. Anyway, then we had Cynthia Lee Fontaine. She's also from season 8. She's also in season 9. She was really annoying, kind of mediocre, but then after season 8 got cancer. Beat it, and then had some sort of, and then they brought her back for season 9. And so she was mediocre on both. Then we had an annoying. Then we have Diabetti. She's the one from season 14. She went really far. She was kind of a villain on her season. I wonder if she's going to change that for here. And then finally, and I think you know who this is, Ginger Minge.
Yes, I know who that is.
From season 7, All Stars 2, and All Stars 6. She's already been on 3 times. And this is the cast. And I'm being honest with you. This is going to be, if it weren't for this me explaining who each of them were, this would probably be one of the shortest quick drags. There's not much to this episode, if I'm being honest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they get the main stage challenge. Okay. And then then the main stage challenge is, I'll just read it to you. They have to design and create a bewitching look for the main stage. They have to work in pairs to create a good and bad witch look. So one of them will be good and one of them will be bad, and they have to come up with a backstory. And then,
like the good witch and a bad witch, or like a horrible witch?
No, good witch and a bad witch. And then back in the workroom, when they get to the workroom, they had to pair up. They got to choose who their partner was, and the focus was to choose like a frenemy, even though none of them chose a frenemy. But I'll just tell you. All right. So they get to the workroom. The girls get to know each other. Nothing memorable happens, right? Then
do they all kind of know each other?
Ginger doesn't know Alyssa, but other than that, they all kind of know each other. Either they've been on the same season before, or they've worked together before. Okay. Then they get around a table and they all kind of say out loud who they want to be with, for a partner. And pretty much everyone wants to be paired with either Acid Betty or Diabetti. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So the way the partnerships come out is Denali's with Acid Betty, Diabetti's with Ginger Minge, And
Oh, wow.
Cynthia and Alyssa, who are both from Puerto Rico, they're paired with each other. Okay.
Okay.
Then they do table visits with RuPaul as pairs. Nothing happens. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, they really don't. And then after that, there's more stuff in the workroom. And I swear to you, for people who are listening, really nothing happens. I mean, they work on the workroom. They're working over sewing, Alyssa admits that she's a little upset that Diabetes didn't choose to be with her, but other than that, there's no drama, right? And then
Wow.
it's run. Oh. During the table visits, I will say this is going to set up for the next thing. During the table visits, RuPaul comes in, she does her thing. And at the end, she goes, "Oh, we have a video message for you." And it's from Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande. And they're saying like, "Oh, we're so, this is, theme of Wicked and blah, 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 blah." And then RuPaul announces that Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande are the special guest judges.
Okay.
And the girls lose their fucking minds, right? Well, on runway day, nothing's happening. And then Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande walk in and the girls lose their minds. Ginger Minj starts crying because she loves Wizard of Oz. And
what?
Yeah. I'm telling you,
crazy.
Nothing really happens in this episode. And then we go
Why did she start crying? That's so weird.
I don't know. Yeah. And then on the main stage, the special guest judges are Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande, and the design fashion consultant La Roche is there. They do the runways. It's only 3 short runways because it's in pairs, and they tell their backstory.
Yeah.
And honestly, they're all fine. I'll give my opinion or recap, but the teams are Ginger, Minj, and Diabetes. They come up first. Then second is Cynthia Lee Fontaine and Alyssa Hunter, and then they wrap it up with Acid Betty and Denali. I will say this. Let me say this. Ginger, Minj, and Diabetes decided to do like an elemental thing. They were both water queens because they were twins, but how they used their water, one used it for good and one used it for bad. Cynthia Lee Fontaine and Alyssa Hunter, one was like Cynthia Lee Fontaine was like an old Latina aunt who was scolding her good witch. No, she was the good witch. She was the good witch. She's the old Latina aunt who's wise, and she's spanking with a chancla the Alyssa Hunter for being a whore. This is very strange.
Oh, okay.
And then Acid Betty and Denali did like a frozen versus fire thing, but they opened a coffee shop where Cynthia Lee Fontaine roasts the beans. And then Denali, as the ice witch, turns it into iced coffee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Then we have the critiques and the deliberation. Nothing dramatic happens there. And then the winners are Diabetes and Ginger Minj. They win the episode, the contest, the pair that wins.
Knowing nothing about, I as soon as I heard that those two were, I was like, they're gonna win.
Oh, really? That's interesting to know. Yeah. And then the lip sync, they had a lip sync to Defying Gravity, but by the original cast, not from the movie. Defying Gravity by the Broadway cast, and the winner was Ginger Minj. So the way it stands right now. By the way, before we get this out of the way. Then they bring in the other 4 girls and they explain how the MVQ points work to them. Well, who cares? Okay, so the standing right now going into episode 2 is Ginger Minj is in the lead with 3 points. 2 points for being the winning pair, and then 1 point for winning the lip sync. Diabetes in second place with 2 points. The other girls have, well, technically 0 points, but they have a point that they have to give away. We'll find out how they distribute those points in the next episode.
Do you think they're going to go shady, or do you think they're just going to distribute them?
Honestly, if I had to guess, these queens are very boring. It was kind of a boring episode. I think it's going to give them all to each other, if I'm being honest.
I do think it's kind of boring that the 2 queens decided that the witches were going to use their powers to just become baristas. That's like, okay.
That's a very good point. Yeah. Well, anyway, Lauri, that was the first episode. We have 2 more left in these brackets, and then we go to the semifinals. But that's what, now you're up to date.
I got to be honest with you. I kind of miss Mistress Isabel Brooks.
Well, she'll be back in the semifinals, which she'll
at least
still
brought drama into it.
Yeah, well, she'll be there for those last 3 episodes.
I never thought I'd say that, but
all right. Well, thanks for being here, Lauri.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states or situations.